Hi, this is Big Papa Grump.
And I'm sick, and he's making me do this.
And we are the Board of Doom, and this is our preview and predictions for WWE Raw pay-per-view No Mercy.
I'm Junior, by the way.
All right, kicking things off on what's probably going to end up being on the pre-show. I don't remember for sure, but it's Cruiserweight. Cruiserweight Championship match between Neville and Enzo Amore. I don't want Enzo to win. I don't want Enzo in the Cruiserweights. I don't want him on 205 Live. I don't want him on Raw. I don't want him on SmackDown. I don't want him on NXT. It's sending back to Monday Night Heat. I'm picking Neville.
Yeah, same. Neville. There's no point to giving it to Enzo. Enzo literally has no build-up. He has no momentum. He's lost, everything, and he sucks at life, so...
Plus, Neville just lost it and got it back from Tozawa. And so far, the Cruiserweight title has actually been the one that they've kind of protected from a lot of title changes. Probably because Vince forgot about it.
Neville had it for 6 months, and then they did that weird Tozawa, Neville.
Yeah.
Alright, that brings us to Finn Balor, not Demon, versus Bray Wyatt. And I'm picking Finn because if, his promo with, I can beat you without the Demon, if he loses, it's oh...
Yeah, I mean, because this is beyond 50-50 booking, because right now the feud, from what the backstage rumors is that Finn was supposed to feud with Samoa Joe next, but Samoa Joe got hurt, so they kept the Bray feud going. So I don't see... I think Finn was originally supposed to win the feud. I think he's going to win the feud. I think not Demon Finn is going to win not reliable at a pay-per-view Bray.
And the thing with it is, if you look at any time he wasn't the Demon on any pay-per-view, he's been the Demon almost all of them, he loses. So this kind of will establish, hey, it's kind of certain trunks, this guy's winning, hopefully that will establish that...
Rawk with the gold trunks,
that he won't just win if he's Demon. He might also be able to win not, because if you look at the Fatal 5-Way...
he's won big matches as himself, but I think that's... I think they still have plans for Finn Balor, but you can't really do anything or get him into a believable program with Samoa Joe if you have him lose to pay-per-view jobber extraordinaire Bray Wyatt. So, and I also I'm not picking Bray until he wins pay-per-view match.
And I don't want to see the Demon once a month. It's cool, but it's more of a big four type of thing, and I'd rather see that, or a really big
a title match, or
something like that, and not even if he's a champ. And even if he's the champ, not to just be the Demon every time.
So now that I'm not being interrupted by CJ Truth's text messages, brings us to the Raw Tag Team Championship match between Not the Shield versus The Bar of Sheamus and Cesaro. I'm going with Dean and Seth just because I don't think it's the time to take the belts off of them, especially if you're slowly building to a Shield reunion. I think you have to give them the belts for a little longer. Even if them losing the belts is what brings it about, it's not going to happen at No Mercy. They're going to save that for the Rumble or WrestleMania or something.
I'm going with the Pyromaniac and the Lunatic as well. I don't know which one's which anymore.
Kingslayer.
But I'm going with those guys because shout outs to WWE 16, those guys. Anyways, that's my pick because reasons. That brings us to Jason Jordan versus The Miz for the Intercontinental title. I'm going with Jason Jordan only due to the fact that Miz is boring. I'm tired of him. And it would be kind of cool, almost like a trial by fire type thing, see if he can do it, but I also don't like that idea, but I also can see it happening for story purposes.
I could see Jordan winning, but not the title. I don't think he gets the belt.
Yeah, he could get disqualified,
so
therefore I still get the point.
I think they're still building towards a Jason Jordan heel turn. Because I think the payoff for all of this is going to be the fact that he's not really Kurt Angle's kid, so that's going to be heel heat. So I think you're still going to they're still going to put some obstacles in front of him because he's got to get frustrated and get mad and turn on Kurt for some reason, and I think this is going to be one of them. Plus, you want him to get over, and he was starting to win the crowd after his match against Cena and then Roman. Really good matches. But then now all of a sudden he's in the title picture, and to have him win it right now, you're gonna turn the crowd against him. And I think they know that, so I don't think it's gonna happen yet. All right, for the Raw Women's Championship, the Fatal 5-Way, probably not elimination match between the champion Alexa Bliss defending against Bayley, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, and Emma, who has been forgotten in all of this. And last time they had someone in one of these big women's title matches that they just completely forgot about. Her name was Natty, and she won the belt. So if you're using that logic, which some of the guys on the board are, they're picking Emma because she's been left out of the equation. I'm not. I'm picking Alexa Bliss to retain because I think they're building towards someone else down the pipe that I think you're going to want to talk about.
I'm picking Alexa as well because if you've watched any video ever, duh. And to bring up his point, why I want to talk about it is I believe this is what's going to happen. The goddess will be dethroned by the Empress, I'm pretty sure. Which would be Asuka because we've seen they're bringing her.
Asuka's coming.
And she's going to stay undefeated. I do not see them, hey, welcome to Raw. Oh, you lost.
Yeah, the rumor out there is that her first loss on the main roster is going to when she loses the women's championship.
Probably Nia Jax.
So, yeah, it's entirely,
likely.
or Paige.
That brings us to Boo City, which is Roman Reigns, because pay-per-view, and John Cena, because pay-per-view. Although, I can't make a John Cena wins lol, because Roman Reigns wins lol. So I'm going with Roman, because that's the bigger lols.
Yeah, I'm picking Roman too, just because it doesn't make sense for Cena to not put Reigns over at this point.
Not at all.
And especially since he's leaving again to go film the Transformers movie and all that, so he's not going to be around, afterwards. I wouldn't be a bit surprised though if Cena wins with some sort of shenanigans from a certain recently retired athlete who was seen working out in the ring recently and all that. But I think that's a little bit down the line because he did just have hip surgery. So, but yeah, I'm picking Roman because it just makes sense if you're going to put him over, especially if you're looking to bring back the Shield or tease a Shield reunion. You want as much momentum for Reigns as possible, and plus, they're probably going to put him back in the title picture after beating Cena.
Yeah.
So.
And then he's going to win it, and then the Shield's going to come back, and it's going to be glorious, and then CM Punk's going to be like, I told you!
No, glorious. That's on SmackDown.
CM Punk's going to show up because reasons, and he's going to be like, I told you, look at these guys. And then I miss him.
Alright, finishing up with the Universal Championship match between Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman. I'm picking Braun, not necessarily to win the belt, but to win the match. I would like to see him win the belt because with everything going on with Lesnar and the part-time thing and all that, and the belt not being on TV as much, I think it would make sense to do that. You could give the belt back to Lesnar if you want to, but they're also, it sounds like they're still moving forward with the Lesnar Reigns WrestleMania match, and I think it would actually make a little bit more sense if Reigns took the belt off of Strowman before then, and then has the belt going into WrestleMania and defends it. I think that's how they're going to go with it. You?
Pick him, Brock, because Brock Lesnar, there's no reason not to pick Brock Lesnar. And he's going to win clean. He's going to do 2 German suplexes and pin him clean. That's it. No,
they've built Braun up in such a way that I don't see how you keep him over and have him lose to Lesnar unless Lesnar wins by DQ, like Braun just tries to eat him, or throw an ambulance at him or something.
I'm telling you,
because
2 Germans and an F5.
Because the way he's done it, it's going to take at least 2 Germans because he stood right up from the first one.
That's where the F5 comes in.
Yeah,
obviously.
So I still think Braun goes over to a certain degree.
I mean, yeah, you can have him look strong and not win the belt, but it just depends on...
Yeah, it all depends on how they're painting the storyline.
Braun could actually start eating Lesnar, and then I guess that's a DQ. There's nothing against it,
I mean,
but...
it's kind of attempted murder, but hell, Roman Reigns gets away with it.
an ambulance, yeah. No, I mean...
All right, so those are our picks. There, obviously, as always, there's going to be the board stuff in text form afterwards. I do want to take a quick side note to acknowledge What Culture Wrestling a little bit, because 5 of the guys left, and they were 5 of the ones that I kind of inspired this little tiny channel. That, by the way, thank you India for the 144 views on the SummerSlam video.
There you go.
But yeah, it's
we'll get subtitles.
Yeah. I'm not ready to abandon What Culture Wrestling yet because there's still a lot of talent at What Culture, but I'm definitely going to miss those guys, and everybody, like all the other channels have been talking about it, so I figured I will too. But Adam Blampier is like actually one of the guys that has kind of inspired this little channel amongst many others. So sorry to see them go, and I'm looking forward to seeing whatever Cultureholics Ventures is. Alright, so I've been Big Papa Grump.
And I've been Junior.
And he's still been sick.
Yeah.
And we will see you on Sunday because we'll be posting our wrap-up video then, our recap. So, later.
Top presenter out.